right, so today we are going to be breaking down the jazz lick that we played through in our previous video, okay? And today we're going to be learning that lick in C major, okay? So here's the scale for C major. There it is, okay? So with this lick, there's a couple things that we have to know. Our left hand is accompanying or playing chords while our right hand is playing an actual line, okay? So this is a form of improvisation, learning this lick. And so the first thing with learning improvisation is going to be understanding the chords that you're playing over, right? So the chords that this progression goes over is a 2-5-1, a major 2-5-1 progression, all right? One of the most common progressions in music, in jazz, whatever genre. It's very common, okay? And so this lick, no matter what key you're in, no matter what song you're playing, it can be played over any 2-5-1 progression. So I'm gonna play the progression for you. Here we are. One more time. All right? So that is the lick. Now, like I said, the first thing we're gonna learn is the left hand, or the chords that would be played as accompaniment to this lick. So if we're in C major, all we need to know is that the first chord is D, D minor, a D minor 7 or a D minor 9, whatever type of minor chord that you want to play. The second chord is a G7 chord, G dominant, to our 1 chord, which is a C major 7 in this instance. All right, since my right hand is busy playing a line, my left hand is going to be given the task of playing chords and accompanying the right hand, okay? So the chords that I'm playing in my left hand are gonna be just a basic D minor 7 chord in my left, right? So that's D, F, A, and C, very simple. To a 5 chord, which is G, right? And in this instance, I'm actually playing a rootless chord voicing. So rootless just meaning that I'm not playing the bass note or the root note in my left hand. It's understood or it's implied that, say, a bass player is playing it, okay? So I'm playing the 7th, the 3rd, and the 13th in my left hand, which will give me a G13, okay? And then I'm gonna play this, which is another rootless voicing. It says E minor 7, which is true. I'm playing E minor 7, but when we add the bass, the implied bass of C, it gives me a C major 9, okay? So altogether, that's D minor, rootless G, rootless C major 7, okay? Oh, and then there's one more chord, actually. So I play this chord as well, which is a passing chord, right? Because the chord progression is 3 chords, D, G, C, and then you can just loop it over and over and over however many times you want to. But to give it more of an interesting feel, or to help me understand when the chord progression starts back over, what I do is play a passing chord to take me back to the D, which is the start of the chord progression, okay? And that passing chord is going to be a dominant chord, or what's called a secondary dominant. So all I did to find that was count a 5th away from the chord that I want to go to. So then in this case, I'm trying to go to the D. That's where the chord progression starts. So before I do that, I hit an A, because that's a 5th away. 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 1, if I'm starting on D, a 5th away is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? So that's a 5th away, and I put a dominant chord, make it a dominant chord. So in this case, I'm playing an A7 chord with a flat 9 and a sharp 5. Yeah. So here's A, my dominant 7, flat 9, my major 3rd, and my sharp 5, okay? And in that case, I'm playing it with my left hand only, so that's another rootless chord voicing, okay? I'm not playing the bass of this, but it's understood that it's A, it's implied, okay? So let's look at that just with the left hand. So that just loops over and over and over again, okay? That's your left hand. And then now we get to the fun part of it, the right hand. But just make sure that your left hand is very comfortable, has mastered the chord progression on its own, because it will be very hard for you to learn the left hand and the right hand simultaneously. So I suggest that you just learn the left hand independently by itself, master these chords. And then after you have that, 100%, you can do it mindlessly. You want to move to the right hand. So we're gonna break this lick into two different parts, okay? This first part is gonna be based off of our D minor scale. Ba da 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 da. All right, that's the first half. And the second half is gonna be based off of the G dominant chord. All right, so let's look at the first half. At the beginning of the lick, we're playing the 2 chord, D minor in our right hand, right? And so let's look at this as a D minor 11 chord. We've learned this in previous videos. If you want to know what a D minor 11 is, look at some of our other videos. But let's look at this as a D minor 11, right? So the first half of the lick starts on the 3 of the D chord. And all I'm doing is I'm arpeggiating a D minor 11 chord starting on the 3, right, of the D. So here we are. Da, 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 da. 3, the 5, 7, 9, 11, okay? Da, 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 and then we walk it down. So here it is, again. F, A, C, E, G. That's all a part of the D minor scale, right? Da, 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 da. And then after you get to the G, you just walk it down. F, E, C. That's the first half. And then the second half is based off of the G chord, G dominant chord. And this is a altered figure. So there's a lot of altered notes. This would be based off of the G Mixolydian scale, but I'm altering majority of the notes that I'm playing, okay? So the second half of the lick starts on G. Here we are, G, and then I'm playing the flat 9, sharp 9, the 3, sharp 5, the flat 7, sharp 9, flat 9, and then my left hand switches to the 1, and I play a G, which is a 5 of the 1 chord, okay? So the second half again. All right, so again, I'm looking at the 5 chord, 1, flat 9, sharp 9, 3, sharp 5, 7, sharp 9, flat 9, 1, okay? That's what that is, okay? And when we put that all together, this is what we have. Okay? And then the turnaround. One more time. I'm gonna do it slow. One other thing that I want to emphasize is going to be swinging the notes, okay? So that's something that's stylistic of jazz and other genres as well. But you can't play a lick like this straight and make it sound the way that we're trying to accomplish, right? Because if you play it straight, it's gonna sound like this. We don't want it to sound like that. We want it to have some swing. So, all right, so you have to swing the notes. And swinging just means instead of giving each eighth note equal value, you stagger it. So that means that the first eighth note really gives more value or more time than the second eighth note. So let's look at that in a different key. Let's look at that lick in F. So we're in F major. There's a scale for F major. first thing that we need to look at if we're going to play it in F major is the chord progression, which is a 2, 5, 1, okay? So after you get that, you got to play it in your left hand. The 6, 2, 5, 1, okay? So after you get that, then you can play the lick. And that's the same formula that we used in the other key, right? So we have the 2 chord. We start on the minor third of the 2 chord. We arpeggiate it up to the 11, and then we walk it down. Da, 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 da. And then we go to the 5. We play 5, the 1 of the 5, flat 9, sharp 9, 3, sharp 5, flat 7, sharp 9, flat 9, to the 5 of the 1, okay? One more time. So that is the lick. That's all we have for you today. I hope you learned something today and you got something out of this lesson. If you have any questions, don't be afraid. Please comment below. Let us know what you think. We can help clarify anything. Or you can give us ideas for other tutorials. If there's a specific topic that you want covered, please let me know. We'll be glad to cover it. All right, we'll see you soon and have a great day.